Countless incidents of police brutality has the nation on edge right now, especially in the black community. The latest incident was Dante Wright, a 20-year-old black man who was shot to death by police during a traffic stop. And after seeing incidents of unlawful behavior, one man has taken matters into his own hands with a life-saving app. Mbye Njie, the creator of the Legal Equalizer app, is joining us to talk about this. Good evening, Mbye. Welcome to BNC.
Thank you for having me.
So, Mbye, black people are scared. We just talked about that. We all know we're all feeling it. Afraid of being pulled over by the police who took an oath to protect and serve. From Sandra Bland, you talk about George Floyd, and now Dante Wright. Talk about your personal experience with police and why your app could be a lifesaver.
Yeah, so for me, the first time I had an encounter with police, I was 12 years old at an academic team trip. A little nerdy kid going for Quiz Bowl, like Jeopardy. And there was a bunch of black kids outside, and they pulled us, we were outside a hotel playing cards, and they came there and put us in handcuffs because they said we fit the suspect of somebody committed the crime. Come to find out, the person committed the crime was a 26-year-old man that was like 6'3", 200-something pounds, and we're a bunch of 12th graders. And over the course of my life, I've been pulled over probably 115 plus times. I did door-to-door sales for about 5 years in North and South Carolina. So going to little small towns, trying to sell stuff, things like that. So I've had experience, lots of experience, unfortunately, with being stopped, being pulled over, being harassed by law enforcement officials.
Wow, I mean, it's very unfortunate. So you also, you receive law enforcement input in creating the app. What are their thoughts in using the app to hold officers accountable?
Yeah, that's been the one good thing is if they are, honest with themselves, then they realize there's no problem with the app. There shouldn't be any problem with them having their offices being recorded, and it's all about accountability. And so that's the message I wanted to, preach to those law enforcement officers when I went to them is, hey, this app is not anti-police. It's pro-accountability. And that's all it is. I'd rather save lives before something happens rather than wait until something happens for us to get mad about it. And so most of them have been pretty receptive because most of them believe that their officers are, great officers and do the job properly. And so I was like, if that's how you feel, then great. I mean, I just think we should have the accountability piece there.
Well, Mbye, walk us back through what the app actually does.
Yeah, so the app is very simple. Let's say you're getting stopped. At the touch of a button, you can now let your loved ones know exactly where you are, that you've been stopped, what to do, and a map of how to get to exactly where you are as well. On top of that, we now have a button within the app where you can now also send a message to those loved ones, and it's now going to give you a live Zoom link or a live video link. So now you're going to have up to 5 people, and sometimes even more. We're about to make it where you can have more people that are going to be able to be there in real time. So when that officer tells you why you got stopped, you will have your friends, family, and trusted individuals there that can record and hear every single reason of why you got stopped at that time. Wow. And we're implementing a feature where we're now also going to find attorneys that you can then add as well to the app. And so then you can have an attorney join you in real time and hear why you got stopped and let you know exactly what's going on as well.
Talk about a lifesaver. So have you noticed a difference in the way police handle traffic stops and situations while using this app?
Yeah, we actually got some feedback, which that's what makes me happy. The happiest is when we get feedback from people that use it and it's changed their experiences. So we had a gentleman who's from Ferguson, Missouri. He's been pulled over plenty of times, ex-college football player. And he was on a road trip and he got pulled over, pulled out the app. And he said it was funny because when the officer came and saw his mom, his dad, and his friends on the phone watching to hear why he got pulled over, the whole demeanor changed. And he was like, he's a big guy. And so he normally tells the officer, hey, I'm a big guy, so if you ask me to get out, don't be afraid, I'm pretty big. But this time when he saw the mom and I'm like, yeah, we just want to hear why you pulled him over. And he was like, he ended up getting a warning, but it was just a lot looser because he knew he had people that he trusted that were there watching that in real time at that point in time.
Wow, I mean, you touch on an interesting point here. So going back to last week, Dante Wright's mom spoke to Good Morning America about the day her son was shot and killed. She said that while she was on the phone with him, she could hear officers telling him to actually hang up the phone. So, in instances like this, we know it's so important to know our rights. What are our rights during a police encounter involving your personal property?
Yeah, you have the right to record that encounter as long as you're not interfering with their duty. So as long as you're not interfering with what they're doing at that time, you have the right to record. And so that's the Dante Wright case is so sad because those are the things that we built the app for to stop from happening. And so we're actually adding a new piece, which you guys will see within the next month, where you can, if you got a ticket, you can take a picture of your ticket, put it in that app, and we're going to now remind you when your court date is and when you have to pay that ticket off, so you're not driving around with a bench warrant. So then they don't have that excuse of saying, hey, we're going to try to pull this guy out and arrest him for less than $400 and end up killing him. And so there are other things we can do to help and save these situations. And so I want people to know, yeah, you have the right to record as long as you're not interfering with that interaction. And so what I wish is that with that call with Dante Wright, his mother was there live on the video. So maybe the cops would have seen her face as they were yelling at his son to get out the car. Maybe the cops would have had a different reaction if they didn't just hear somebody on the phone, telling him, asking what's going on, if they actually saw a mother with her child there. Maybe some kind of humanity would be there, okay, let's calm down. It's just a misdemeanor that he missed the ticket for. Okay, this doesn't have to escalate. And so that's the goal, that's the hope, that we can get this in the hands of everybody where they know how to use it, they can feel safe in any of these situations. You have your loved ones there as well.
I bet you are speaking to every black person's soul right now, saying that, one of the best things about your app that I love is that it includes the Bill of Rights and tips on what to say when you're stopped by the police. How simple is it to pull out this information during the traffic stop, especially without police getting trigger happy when you're just trying to turn it on?
It's pretty simple. That's been one of my worries. Like I said, someone's been pulled over and stopped so many times. And so we make it where you can open up the app even with what do you call it, Siri or
voice command.
By voice. Yeah, we make it where you can open up by voice, and it's a quick touch. And we make it where every aspect of the app can be open, so you can send that text message, you can have that live call, and you can look at all that stuff in under 30 to 45 seconds. And know that most times when police pull you over, unless it's the flash, they're not at your car in 30 to 45 seconds. They're still running your tags, and it probably takes them a few minutes to get up there. So by the time they're up there, you can have all of that stuff done and people waiting to hear exactly why you got stopped.
Wow. Lastly, is there a monthly fee for this service?
It's completely free. Completely free. The only time we'll add a fee is when we add the attorneys, and we're going to make it cheaper actually at that time for people to access an attorney in real time, because I don't want people accessing an attorney. Once you've been locked up, the goal is to keep you out of the justice system. So we're going to make it where you can call an attorney, and for 10 or 20 minutes, you can pay for that attorney $50 or $100, cheaper than a ticket, and have them, hey, okay, be quiet. That's why you got pulled over? Okay, that's the law. I know the law. So that's the next step. That'll be the only thing we'll have people pay for, is if they want that legal stuff. But I want it free. I want people to have this free, and we want people to be safe. Well,
Mbye, I'm sure people have their phones up downloading right now. Just tell the folks where they can find the app, and then that is it from us.
Yep, you can go iTunes Store or the Google Play Store, and it's under Legal Equalizer. And just please download it and sign up.
Perfect, and we appreciate the work you're doing. Mbye, we appreciate your time tonight.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.